So here it is, the lot that I got from Carol at RV Butterfly. The name of her channel, I think, is at Reselling and Thrifting. And I always say this, but then I forget to do it in editing. I'm going to try to remember to put her channel name right here. And then I'll also put a link to her channel in the description of this video. But she is a good friend that I met here on YouTube. There are so many great people in this reselling community, and Carol is one of the beautiful ladies that I have come to know. And I am so glad to have made her acquaintance here and be able to call her friend. And she sent me this friend mail that just showed up this week. So let's jump into it and see what there is. From time to time, well, no, I say from time to time, twice now, Pat at Pat Garza has sent me a craft lot with a special assignment to make something for her out of things from the lot. And I've done that twice now. And so I think I'm going to do this for Carol too. She didn't ask me to make something for her, but I'm going to take it as another special assignment. She did a great job packaging this up. I haven't got into it yet. I think we're about there. Okay, there's a package inside of the package. And this one actually is made of bubble. This is a bubble envelope, so she does it packaged really, really well to protect everything inside from damage. Okay, and then right here she says it is a craft lot. So I will definitely make something for her out of things that I find in this lot. I'm going to go through it kind of quick and maybe just give my impressions on the things that I find here. Let's see, here's a little bag with some things in it. Oops, I dropped something. It was an earring bag that fell on the floor. Okay, there's a little bit of tangling going on here. Okay, this is a brass earring with a little rhinestone. And I'm guessing since it's in a craft bag, it doesn't have a mate. So, actually I know something I can use this for. I have an idea for a necklace that is, I got inspired by the Les Bernard necklace that I had recently that I upcycled with gemstones. I have a chain belt actually that looks a whole lot like that necklace with the same types of book links. And so anyway, I might use this on that project. This has a great patina on it. Maybe it's copper, has an initial K. That will look beautiful on a purse charm. So that's probably where that will go. A gold tone hoop. It looks like it has some hairspray and stuff on it. It's always a good idea to not put on your earrings until after you're done with all your makeup and hair fixing and all that. You can really be doing your jewelry a favor if you don't put on your earrings until you're finished spraying things and dusting things on your face and hair. But this just needs some cleanup. So hopefully, well, I was about to say hopefully there's a mate, but it's already in a craft lot, so there probably isn't a mate. So I'll have to, I can always find something to do with hoops. This one is too big to be a ring, too small to be a bracelet, but I'm sure I can come up with something for it. Let's see, this one, that's going to be a ring, and I might Well, I won't do it all right here on the spot, but I can kind of start it. I've decided to start keeping my tools right next to me when I'm opening any lot, but especially a craft lot. So I'm going to just take the lever, the little clasp off of the back of this. And then all I'll have to do now is file down this little sharp edge and bend this outward. It also has some dirt inside right there. And then bend it around a little bit. Let me get my mandrel to help with that. There we go. And there you go. Whenever you have a single hoop, all is not lost. You can always make a ring, or if it's big enough, a bracelet out of it. Hey, oh, that's pretty. That'll make a nice pendant or a nice part to a purse charm. See, plastic faceted beads on a brass wire. Okay, these are both here. I wonder what the issue is with these. The beads could use replacing, really. They're pretty scratched up. I think that's the only problem with these. Actually, you take those hooks off, put fresh beads on, and that's going to be a couple of bracelets. So these beads are, they've lived their life. So I'm going to get rid of the beads, put new beads on, and that will be bracelets. A silver tone bangle. A lot of people make dream catchers and things like that with these, or sun catchers. Actually, there's somebody I haven't heard from in a while who makes sun catchers, and actually made me a sun catcher a while back using some old bangles. I need to get in touch with her. Okay, let's see again, some more hoops. They're too big to be rings, too small to be bracelets, but they can definitely be turned into something. Rainbow colored hoop. Bracelet material right here. Again, whenever you cut things off like that, it leaves a sharp edge. So you'll need to get a metal file and file it down so it doesn't cut you or poke you like this just poked me. See, there you go. And these are pretty inexpensive. You can get them at Walmart or at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And these are little cutters. And then I also use my flathead pliers and my round needle nose pliers. I use both of those a lot. Let's see, here's a painted shell. And the paint's coming off, so I'd probably finish removing the paint off of that and then use that for something else. Maybe use it for a pendant. Love this. That's in beautiful condition. So something's wrong with the clasp right here. And if there's a mate and that what's wrong is the clasp, then those will be good. I can just fix the clasp. But if it's in here because it doesn't have a mate, I'll have to find something to do with it. It's not a good shape to be a ring. So that can be a pendant. Maybe. Yeah, I can find something to do with that for sure. This is a pin of some kind. Another single silver tone. That can be an element on a purse charm probably. Getting quite the collection of little single hoops. This one's interesting. I like these charms. They have some wear where you can see the copper showing through on some of them. And that kind of adds to some things. Some things it just looks like terrible wear, but if it's worn evenly, it looks kind of nice. Some of these are uneven and just have lived their life, but some of them actually look kind of nice with that wear. I'll have to take a closer look at those. And this, that's actually where the tone has flaked off. And here's the piece that I cut off of my little bracelet. This looks like a candy cane. It's cute. I don't really see anything wrong with it. It's probably in here, I would guess, because it doesn't have a mate. I'll put that in my collection of little hoops. I usually don't get ideas right off the top of my head for single hoops that are not the right size to be a ring or a bracelet. I usually have to just wait until inspiration hits me later. This is a neat earring. It has lots of wear on it though. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Is that wear? Has some surface scratching. Actually, not a terrible amount of wear. This can be disassembled and some of these elements used, probably on a purse charm. Take those backs. And then, oh, I was holding on to this, another silver tone hoop. Not sure what this is. And some chain. I'll have to clean this up. I always like to clean chain before I decide whether it's whether it has wear or whether it's just dirty. Because I've had some things that looked like they were just worn beyond revival, and then put them through the cleaner and wipe them down with some silver polish, and it turns out that it was just dirt. So this is a nice copper chain right here. I'm hoping that most of this is just dirt because that's a really pretty chain. Always, always in search of good chain. Okay, the next batch. I'm seeing some really neat things here. This is really cool. Some wheels are turning. I'm thinking of I can make a really neat bail out of this, depending on how much I can manipulate and bend that. That would be a really neat bail for a necklace. Oh, this is pretty. A little silver tone cuff. Is it silver tone? Maybe stainless. Has a little chip out of it right here. It's sharp right there, but I can file that down. I'm gonna scrape it. I don't think it'll be, I don't think this is sterling, but I will give it a little scratch just to see. No, sort of a yellowish, it's probably brass, I would assume. Maybe a plated or a coated brass, but very, very pretty. So I'll just file down, take my metal file and smooth out that little broken side right there. Well, if I had looked inside there, I could see that it's brass. I'm not sure if it's going to come across on camera, but you can kind of see the brass in the middle and the very thin layer of plating on each side of it. But that's still a pretty bracelet. That's just a repair job. Okay, these, actually I don't think I'll be able to use these because the paint's chipped off too much on those. Here's a ring. Has a good amount of wear on it, and it's missing a couple of heart-shaped stones. But this might be a good candidate for plating. I talk about that a lot. I know I've said at least 5 times over the past several months that I'm going to do another plating video, and I still haven't gotten around to it. So I think I'll save this aside and see if I can maybe do some plating on that. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So that gets set aside. Okay, here's a little heart-shaped. It has a little clear something. Maybe there used to be a stone on that. Little heart-shaped charm on this bracelet. The fold-over clasp. Well, that's cute. I like the chain on that. And I can just probably pry that out and put a new stone on that. Either keep it as a bracelet or maybe take the charm off for a purse charm and find another use for the bracelet here. Let's look at the wear on it. Not a whole lot. And I think what looks like wear on this one may just be dirt. No, it's wear. But it's very even wear. I'll clean that and see what it looks like after it comes out of the cleaner. But that one's got some promise. This is a really cool clip earring. No maker on it, but it has all these fleur-de-lis on it. This will be a great pendant. All I would have to do is take out the clip right there and then file down the part where I clip it. But that's a great pendant for a necklace or a purse charm. Okay, I'm trying to get this separated. Or is it all together? It's all together, I think. Let's get this unclipped. If you ever have trouble untangling something, a necklace that is, unclasp it and it makes it a little easier to get it untangled. So this is copper, or a copper tone. Let's see, a tassel, chain tassel hanging from these rings, which are hanging from other rings, which is on a chain with 2 lobster clasps. Interesting piece there. So I'll clean that and see what I end up with after I clean it. This is elastic that has definitely lived its life and then some. I'm talking about these bronze colored beads right here, which feel like wood. There we go. Okay, these beads are definitely going to be repurposed. They are gorgeous. Bronze, sort of matte metallic paint on these larger beads that are maybe about a ½ inch across with these little tiny beads in between. Right now they're on elastic, which has pretty much already given up the ghost. So those, actually I have a boho project that I'm trying to put together that I think these will be perfect for that. Pretty little flowers on some, again, some elastic that has lost all of its stretch. Some of these are salvageable, but some have too much wear on them. And I can tell that the base metal is copper, and I can plate copper. So I might have another plating project. This is some little faux druzy on a cuff. You can probably take the faux druzy out and put actual gemstones in there. And, well, no, it would need more work than that. I'll have to look at this one closer and see what all work it needs. Little yellow beads. Actually, the stretch is really nice on this. This is a kid's bracelet with little plastic faceted beads. Here's a gold tone chain. That's funny. You can see the wear on the end right here on this side and right here on this side. And the chain has uneven wear. You can see just in spots where the tone is worn off, and in other spots it isn't worn off. But I may be able to polish away all of the tone and then plate it. I've got plating on the mind, and what I'm doing right now, I guess, is making myself accountable. So I guess I'm stepping in it right now. Because now everybody can say, hey, when are you going to do that plating? So I won't be able to escape it now. Well, maybe escape isn't the right word. I enjoy doing it. I just don't get my things out and just do it. Right now I'm helping my daughter plan her wedding, and that's almost a full-time job by itself. Here are some sort of amber colored little tiny seed beads, and then here's a pendant with some enamel. It looks like shell maybe. There's a little imperfection right here, like a little bump right there in this clear enamel or clear acrylic. And I don't know if that's a faux something made to look like shell, or if there actually is shell under there. I'll have to take that apart and see what I have. And it's losing little beads. So I'll put that in a bag so I won't continue to spread beads everywhere. Here's a little pink flower. Earring. Another little gold tone hoop. Here's what we can do with it. You probably knew it before I said it this time. There we go. Okay, here's another one. This will just go in my pile of hoops over there. A plastic now this is dyed howlite with little plastic silver tone beads and this little hammered circle. This will be a great purse charm. Maybe a necklace. We'll see how I can. That'll either be a necklace or a purse charm. It started out its life as a necklace, I think. Yeah, this looks like a copper-colored necklace that I got in my last special assignment from Pat. But this one is a light gold tone. It needs to be cleaned. That looks really cool. It looks like one of those hypnotic things. Hope I didn't make anybody seasick with that. Okay, some more wooden beads. This might also fit that same boho project that I was referring to earlier. Yeah, nothing's wrong with this except that the elastic is pretty dead. Little wooden beads. Hey, here's a lot of things stuck together. There we go. Okay, little feathers, little shark tooth, little cubes on a hoop. I can definitely use some of those beads on that. Here are some glass or plastic. These are glass beads. The chain's got a lot of wear on it. I can tell if that's not just dirt. But these beads are definitely still usable. I like the colors on these, the sort of stormy blue and the black and this variegated white. I like that. Okay. Little puffy heart. Oh, this can go on the bracelet from something else that I filmed recently. I can't remember if you've seen what I'm talking about yet because I don't remember which video it was in, but this can go on that. If you've seen something with a puffy heart and an option to add some other things to it, then you know what I'm talking about. And this can go on that piece. And then if you haven't seen that piece yet, then you'll know what I'm talking about when you get to it. So setting that one aside for that project. Little hammered silver tone disc. Great element for charms. Okay. If you watch SEC football, you know what this is. It's not who I root for, but you know, someone does. Okay, that can go on a purse charm probably. It's part of a toggle clasp and a little earring. Some little filigree hearts, gold tone. I'll have to see if those are worn or just dirty. Little threads in this pendant or earring that can be a pendant. Here's a little cross that is, oh no, it's not. I was about to say it's missing stones, but it's not. It does have a lot of wear on it. I'll have to see. Maybe I could plate that depending on what it is. The bail is copper. If the rest of the cross is also copper, then I can plate that. I think. I'm not sure if I can plate things that have a stone in them, like where the stone would come in contact with the chemicals. I'll have to check on that and see. Here's a hoop with chain kind of wrapped around. A little too big to be a ring. It could be a thumb ring. And then here's another ring. Okay. And here's another ring. Here's this little silver tone hoop. Has a tiny little mark and a little rhinestone in it right here on the back. I might be able to make that into a bail also. Okay. So all of these pieces I'll put over here. And that one too. if you're a person who frequently loses hoops, so that you're left with single hoops, get yourself a pair of these little clippers, and you can get more life out of your single hoops. I'm going to have these all over my fingers before it's over. A pair of these and a pair of these flat nose pliers, because you won't need to do this every time, but sometimes you will if it's got this little bent under part. And then you'll need a metal file also to file down the little sharp edges that you'll end up with. Okay, that was all from, oh no it wasn't. I was about to tell you that was all from round 2. We'll keep right on going, but there's some more things in the bottom of this little inner bag. And then there are more things after that. This is neat. This is copper with some sort of coating on it, and then the coating has been removed to reveal the design. This is similar to a technique you use in ceramics called sgraffito, where you take the ceramic piece before you glaze fire it, you put the glaze on it, and then you scrape out a design, and then you fire it, and then it leaves the design behind. Or you can do a wax resist. You paint wax on it, then you put the glaze, and then the wax burns away and leaves your design behind it when it fires. Anyway, this reminds me of more sgraffito than it does wax resist, but it does remind me of doing ceramics. This will be really pretty as a pendant or as a part of a purse charm. This little yellow diamond shape reminds me of the 80s. Now that's neat. A hammered circle with the sort of a botanical design right here. That's cute. A pretty pendant. Silver tone. That's just ready to go as is. It just needs a little bath. This is pretty. This is a Napier screwback. And I think if it doesn't have a mate, it's going to become a pendant. Gotta make sure that's not paint coming off. No, I think it's just a little bit of schmutz. So I can take off this, all this gold tone is in great condition. So I can take off the screwback, add a ring at the top, and that can be a pendant. Here's a Monet piece right here. That can be a pendant also. Oh, this is pretty. Little clip earring. This will also do great with that same, the idea I have that was inspired by that Les Bernard piece. This will do great with that. Here's a little diamond shape hanging from a smaller diamond shape, all gold tone, has a bit of verdigris. This is Monet also, right there. Little verdigris does not scare me away. I will try to clean that off and then see what I can do with that one. This is missing some stones and it has some verdigris on it. This is branded, what is it? Kramer, is that right? Yeah, Kramer. So a little vintage. It's missing a tiny stone right there. I think I can take care of that. And I'm fairly certain I can get rid of all of that verdigris also. Okay, oh, here's a mate to that other earring. This one has a little dent right here in the middle. That may not be a problem, just depending. Okay, glad to have two of those. Okay, here is a scarf. I don't know if you call it a clip, but you thread your scarf through it. And that's ready to go like it is. Just needs a little wipe down. Okay, some more of these silver tone hoops. They can't be rings or bracelets, so I just have to kind of stew on those. These, I think these cannot be plated. I'll run those through the cleaner. Oh, how pretty. Look at this. This is a screw back. And no one gets credit for it, but it's so pretty. Look at that. This will be a gorgeous little pendant. Okay, this is a little faux pearl clip. There's a post back earring. That might make a nice pendant, I think. I'll have to clean that up first. Here's some little half hoops with stones on the front. Can they be? I don't think so, but I'll check just to be sure. No. Well, where did the other one go? There it is. So I'll clean these up and see what I get, but they have a coppery colored scratch on those. We'll clean them up and see what they look like. Okay, enamel on this, little gold tone and enamel. Post back earring. Little puffy hoop. I don't think that one could be a ring just because it's so puffy. I don't know, it probably could. Let's give it a try and see. Okay, so I don't have to unbend this little thing right here just because it doesn't stick out in the way. And there we are. I do still need to file all the sharp ends on all of these. Okay, this fell off of probably this. Yeah, it did. Okay. Just some little odds and ends earrings, little post backs. Oh, that's neat. Little faceted gold tone bead hanging down on a bar from a little half sphere, little domed screw back. And that needs a bath. Oh, I wish it had a mate. But that can probably go on a, well, that could be a necklace or a purse charm. This looks very 80s right here. Little yellow enamel and gold tone. that has glitter in it. Oh, and the tone is scraped away right there. It looks like someone dragged it on some concrete, maybe. I don't have the tools for that kind of repair job. Little tassel, little faux leather tassel hanging from a half hoop. The tassel has seen better days. The half hoop can't be a ring because it's just a half. And once, if it were to bend around completely, it would probably be, I think, too small. I don't know, I'll still clean it up and see what happens. Here's a little Huggy, little gold tone Huggy. I'll clean that one up too. This is the mate to this one right here. So it wasn't a single after all, and I had a mate, but since the post has already gone off of its mate, now I have two rings. Okay. That's a couple of wishbones on a screw back. That can probably be a pendant or a charm. That's pretty. I'll have to give that a bath and see. Let's see, it's got a mark on it. That's Premier Designs. We'll give this hoop a bath. And it can't be a ring. And I can tell that that is where. Yeah, that's where on that one. A little X, post back earring. And this is the mate to that other one that's so worn. Little matte gold tone hoop. It's actually really pretty. I wish I had the mate to that. This is probably where I think it would be a pinky ring. It'd be a great pinky ring actually if it was just dirt. But that's, instead of smudging, those places are actually shining up as silver, so, or as a silver tone or a base metal. So that is where. Okay. Next. Okay, here is actually a little ring. Brass or a brass tone with a little orange enamel. There we go. It just needs a bath. More wooden pieces. There's something wedged down in this one. Looks like maybe a piece of broken shell. Where's something I could use to try to poke that on through. Thought I had something. Here it is. Use the end of this to see if we can get that out. There we go. So this looks like a flower maybe of some kind. It has a jump ring at the top, so it can be a pendant. Maybe some kind of flower or a bell. I can see if that will work with my boho project I mentioned earlier. This is cool. And here's some more to it. It's a wooden chain made of wooden links. How cool is that? That is really cool, and it's a repair job. Of course, I can't just open and close these links, because for somebody to make a wooden chain like this, here's a crack right there, but I don't think it's how this was put together. I think it just got cracked after it was made. I've seen people make wooden chains before, and they have to actually, it's like it's one piece of wood, and they have to just be careful how they carve it, and it turns into interlinked chains. That's pretty cool. I've actually wanted to make some ceramic chain that's linked together like this, but it wouldn't be able to be glazed because all the pieces would get stuck together in the kiln if I did that, because that's what glaze does. I don't know if this can be fixed, but I'm definitely going to try. If I can't turn it back into a necklace, which is what it looks like. If I can't turn that into a necklace, I'll take it apart and use the parts for a purse chain. This is an earring. And actually I could just open it up a bit and it can maybe be and take the post off and the back off. And this could be like a whatchamacallit necklace. Twerk. That's funny. Yeah, this could be like a choker length torque. I think I'm going to try that, and I'll show it to you in a future video. Okay. Charmazing. I don't really know what that means. Is that a Pokemon thing? Okay, I'm not really sure what all's going on with this bracelet or this charm. If you know anything at all about this charm, please educate me. I know that there's, from my kids' time with Pokemon, I know that there's a character called Charizard, I think. But I don't know if that character looks like a little bunny. So I don't really know anything about this, but I would love to know what you can tell me about it. Okay, this looks like a really tiny bracelet with some missing rhinestones. I'll have to see if I have some rhinestones that can take those places. Dreamer. This is a tone of some kind. Silver tone over copper. You could maybe plate that. Okay. This little stickers that are stuck in there. This feels like a plastic or a very, very lightweight metal. What was it in its previous life? I think maybe a piece of a belt, because it's just not really made to like lay in a curved way like a necklace would. The wheels are turning. I'll have to see what I can do with that. Here is some silver tone beads on green cord. The cord's lived its life, but the beads can definitely be reused. Okay, this is faux pearls and little rhinestones and faux druzy on a light gold tone. Maybe purse charm elements is what that could be after these missing stones are replaced. Little vacation souvenir shop necklace with shells, wooden beads, and feels like cotton cord. The cord actually feels like it's in decent condition. I can probably wash that. Let's see if I figure out how it goes. Oh, it's layered. There we go. It's like that. So I can probably hand wash all of this. I'll put that in my boho stack. Wow. Okay. This is huge. What in the world is it? That is acrylic. But what is this thing? I mean, this is enormous. I doubt it's a pendant. It's almost 5 inches long. If it's a belt buckle, can't really see how it would work. If you know what this is, I would love to hear your input on this thing. Okay, here are some different pieces scattered about. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, lots of wear and lots of dirt and a bit of verdigris. The stones are really worn. The settings might be usable. I think I'll just remove the stones and then clean up the chain and the settings. Got this other piece stuck to it as I'm trying to move it to its spot. Okay, and this is what was stuck to it. Little faux pearls. Oh, they're losing some paint. I can't really fix that. This is a bracelet. I'll look closer to see if any of these faux pearls can be reclaimed, but the little black ones can't be. Okay, this is a little faux leather feather earring. I'll have to see if that can be flattened out before I can use it on anything. Little child's ring. Oh, awesome. These are beautiful rhinestones. Several missing right there, but I can take all of these out of their settings and use those to replace when I come across a piece that is missing a stone. So I love that. Here's a child's bracelet, a little plastic with beads around. A lot of the paint's worn off of it. Okay, here is a gold tone torque that actually appears to be in pretty good condition. I don't see any issues with it except that it just needs a bath. a pretty little brooch. I could replace the stones that are missing from the middle, but this is missing a petal or two. Maybe I can just take that one off. I'll have to play around with that one and see what I come up with. Okay, this is a length of chain, and it has deep scratches in it. I won't be able to fix that. It's another one of these 70s geometric, probably earring, or no, this was part of a bracelet. It can maybe be a pendant or something like that. A little glass bead. This was maybe an earring or a pendant. It has this loop, 3 loops on the bottom with these seed beads. But that's pretty. That can be a purse charm or a pendant. A lot of this is tangled together, so I might end up just doing the rest of this off screen. If I can get this brass chain untangled, I'll show it first though. This is almost done. There's not a clasp I can open up to make it easier. There we go. Well, what is this? Okay, it's a length of chain with a little bead on each end, and it's all brass. Not really sure what that would have been, but definitely gonna wash that up and see what I can do with it. Okay, a little basket weave ring. That's cute. Oh, somebody made that. This is a little, what's called a ring blank, and it's adjustable. And somebody glued their little basket weave design right there on top. Some more wooden beads that I'll probably be able to get those off of the string that they're attached to and put those with that boho project. And then these, which are probably a bracelet. Those can be useful. More little silver, these are metal, silver tone beads. Some purple cat's eye, which is probably glass. Okay, plenty that I can use here. Let's see if I can get this torque out. This has got some creases in it. Usually once some wire has been creased, it's not going to uncrease, but I can use sections of this for other projects. So I'll still keep it and clean it up. So I can use the wire for other things. I'll just clip off, however much I need for a project. And then here again, this one's creased. It just won't uncrease. You can, fix it as much as you can, but it'll always have that crease. I'll see if this one's useful at all. I'll clean it up. Okay, but the rest of this stuff is tangled together. I'm going to have to tangle it later off camera, and then I will show it to you another time. But for now, I'm just going to put it in here so it won't keep dropping beads everywhere. And then here's the last part of this. The last part of the craft lot that Carol friend mailed to me. Okay, here's a gold tone backing with this raffia glued down in the shape of a flower. That's really pretty. Some of it's coming up and will need to be attached back down, and then it's got some little dirty spots that'll need to be cleaned. And then this would make a really cute purse charm. Here's a pair of faux leather earrings. Those are cute. This has the look of Lucky Brand. It's not Lucky Brand, but it has that look. A little bit of the paint has worn off right there in the middle. Oh, and right down here too. I might be able to do something about that. And then that can go on a purse charm, or it can be a pendant. This is actual leather. A little dragon skin texture to it, snake skin texture, metallic silver. To see what I can do with that. That's a pretty design. Let's see if all the stones are there. Oh, they are. So that's a pretty piece. That'll be a purse charm or a pendant. Here's some more genuine leather with leopard print on the front. Here's genuine leather. Suede. Looks the same on both sides. It's an olive green. And here's another metallic. This is copper metallic, but it's faux leather. Little white polka dots on a black background. Hoop earring. That's cute. Although it's got some cracking. Yeah. Oh, and it's like worn away right there. I can't fix that. Well, that was a cute piece. I wish it was more usable. Here's a cool earring. Gold tone. No name. I like that. That's going to be a purse charm. Okay, this is interesting. It's an earring. That's very interesting. Okay. Oh, how cute. Look at this. It has, okay, it's a clip earring that would look like that on the front. This little flower at the bottom, a brushed matte gold tone. This should have a maker on it. Oh, it does. Somebody gets credit. That is a Trifari piece. How cute. I hope that has a mate. All gold tone button earring clip. And that says Star. I've not heard of that brand. This has some surface scratching. If you know anything about that brand, I would love to hear it. Oh, do you know who this is? Someone's baby picture is on this little charm. Well, hammered silver tone. Let's see. Probably this was an earring, I think. Or maybe a charm or a pendant on a necklace. This is cute. A little wooden or resin bead with flowers around it. A little bead hanging off the bottom. That looks nice and looks like summertime. Looks like the beach. Okay, another hoop. This one, let's see. Copper showing through on that one. This something scratched off of it. Like I can't tell if it was plated and then that's scratching off, or if that's dirt that got scratched off. And that's definitely some verdigris on there, but that's removable. And this is an earring. I'll clean that up and see what I can find out about that one. Okay, a multi-tiered tassel. It looks a little ratty, but ratty tassels are no problem at all. All you do is wet them, then sort of use a wide tooth comb or a knitting needle or something, and just comb it out straight, very gently, and take your time with it while it's still wet. And then just lay it out to dry, and it will dry nice and straight and smooth. So this chain, let's see, oh, wait a minute. This chain does not even belong with it. This is an earring. This is going to be, say it with me, a purse charm. Okay. I don't even see that chain I just pulled off of it. Okay, this is for, I don't know what this is for. It's got an arrow down and a cross and an arrow up and another arrow down. Maybe a rainbow or a hill or something. Not sure what that is. This is a piece of leather that it's on. Pretty hefty piece of leather with this weird closure. I'll have to see what I can do with that. Okay, that keeps spinning around. This is a little plastic bead on a piece of gold tone chain. This is a vintage screwback with no maker on it. I like that. I can go with that Les Bernard inspired thing that I was talking about. Here's a pave rhinestone heart. All the rhinestones are there, and let's see. The silver tone looks like it's in great shape. Maybe little dings in it here and there. Oh, I forgot to take the post off of that. Yeah, the little heart it's in great shape. It can use a bath, but it's in great shape. So let me take this post off here. And there we go. Perfect fit. Okay, here's the mate to that thing. Where did I put it? Because it needs a bath. Okay, there it is. Okay, another silver tone hoop. It'll go in my stack of silver tone hoops. There's a copper bracelet that can use some cleaning. Okay, pink and orange on an orange ribbon. Okay, somebody, one of my viewers, I won't call you by name, but you know who you are. You're styling an outfit that's surrounded by or based on the color orange. So these are little plastic painted beads. The paint is wearing right here next to where they're drilled, but I can do something about that. And there's bright orange and then less bright orange and then some pink. So you know who you are, my subscriber who is making your orange outfit. If this is something that you could use, let me know, either as is or if you want me to make something from it, let me know. Okay, this is cool. It looks like scales. Love that. If this does not have a mate, it's going to become a pendant, probably. Maybe a purse charm. I like that sound. Okay. here's some pink plastic beads. Those can definitely be salvaged and turned into something. Looks very similar to the silver tone one that I just showed you. Maybe that setting that this is on can be salvaged also. The string definitely can't, but I'll see about salvaging the rest of that. Okay, gold tone bangle. Pull that off. It's sort of a light rose gold tone. It just needs a wipe down. I'm getting quite the little collection here. Okay. This can be a thumb ring if it's closed up a little bit. It needs a bath. It's got a little verdigris right there. But before I clip it, I'm going to wait and see if a mate shows up. Here's the Brighton bracelet clasp, it looks like. Let's see if any more pieces to that show up too. Oh, how pretty. Look at this. Wait just a minute. Okay, there's this really pretty butterfly. Oh wait, okay, that's an earring, but look how high up that goes. Okay, silicone ear is incoming. This is how this thing would look on. It took me a minute to even figure out that this was an earring. Okay, so do you see how high up this thing comes? And I don't think it actually spins around like that. I think just because of this thing that the ear is mounted on makes it go sideways. I think that it actually goes like this, like it curls around into your ear like that. That's pretty cool. That's actually really interesting. I've never seen an earring like that. I really hope this has a mate. I'll put that aside. Okay. This, do you remember earlier, okay, it was near the beginning of the video about, oh my goodness, over an hour ago now, where I showed you this and said that it's the hypnotic thing, you know, and I told you that Pat had sent me a necklace that had a lot of these on it, and it was actually the color of this. So I wonder if this could go with that necklace. Not with these beads on it. I'd have to put some brass tone beads on it for it to match. But that's nifty. I hope that has a match too. Okay, here we go. Another ring that can be a thumb ring. But again, I'm going to wait to see if it has a mate. I acted too fast on that one when I could have had a pair of earrings, but instead I have a pair of finger rings. Okay, here is some chain that may be dirty. Let's see if that dirt shines up or smudges. If the dirt smudges, it's actually dirt. If it shines up, it's wear. And that is actually wear. Okay, here's a genuine leather earring again with this honeycomb embossed design on it. That's neat. Got a little stack I'm making of those little leather earrings. Okay, what is this? This is a bracelet that may or may not come free right now. It tightens like that. It's on leather and it has cord. Sort of a hippie looking boho style. Nothing really wrong with it. It actually looks new. At this smallest size, it's about a 7.5. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I guess I'll do that for $3. Here's another one of these earrings. This one is a faux leather with zebra stripes. That was my text tone. I'm going to check that real quick. Okay. I was expecting my daughter to reply to a message I sent her earlier, and that was not her. So getting back to this. This is a flower or a sun, or maybe a sunflower. That's actually what it looks like. And it's a clip earring. No one gets credit for it, but it can be something. It can be a purse charm or a pendant, definitely. Here's a little silver tone filigree piece. That needs a bath. Ooh, this is pretty. That is in great condition. Oh, wait, look, it's a Premier. So maybe that will have a mate. Here's a vintage chandelier earring, which I love. Look at that. And no one gets credit for it. If there's not a mate, I will definitely be able to use this little tassel right there. A faux pearl earring that looks like it's got everything there. I'm going to put all the earrings aside for mates. They're sort of a blushy, amber colored acrylic bead. Here's a leather bracelet. Let's see. No branding, just sort of Western looking conchos on it. It's a little heavy, actually. I'm surprised there's not a brand on it. And this feels like full grain leather. And it has wear sort of similar to the wear you see on vintage Brighton pieces. Let me find an example of it, like right here. See, it looks like what you see on vintage Brighton. I don't think this is Brighton. Well, it's not. This isn't Brighton. But it does have that similar type of wear that you see on older Brighton. This is really, really pretty. Substantial chunk of leather. And it feels like full grain. And it's well made. That's why I'm surprised there's not a brand on it. These are rivets. Heavy rivets holding this all together. I'm going to clean this up and I'll offer it in a future video. That's really nice. Okay. So I was expecting my daughter to call me because or to text me because I've got a question out to her about the wedding photographer. Okay, what's going on here? Oh, okay, something's broken right there. These are some interesting settings. They're acrylic. Gold tone seed beads. The settings are not acrylic. The like stones-ish, if you call those stones, those are what's acrylic. This looks, actually this looks artisan made. I can't fix this. Something's missing right here that would connect right there. like that. I can't fix that. But I'm going to clean this up and see if there's anything I can do with this. Oh, I can't do anything with that either. I'm going to clean this up and see if it can be salvaged, but I'm afraid it might be just too far gone. Okay, this is a bunch of little cloth pom-poms, I think. Let's see if I can get them unentwined from everything else around them. Oh wait, this is a separate one because it's on a silver tone chain, and this purple one and greenish colored one are on a copper toned chain. If it has a clasp that I can open, that'll make the whole process a lot easier. I'm going to abandon those for now and see what else I can deal with. Okay, too small to be a torque, too large to be a bracelet, but it can probably be somebody's sun catcher. Okay. There we go. Little glass beads and silver tone spacers on an earring. And here's a little single earring with rhinestones and faux pearls. All of those to the side. I like this copper earring. Look at that. I have a copper chain, and this would be a perfect pendant on that if there's not a mate to it. Here's another one for my collection of silver tone hoops. This is part of a necklace. I thought I saw something else that looked like this, so I'm going to wait a minute to see if that shows up. It's a little filigree gunmetal cross, which is really cute. It's very thin, has a little bit of a bend, but not a crease. A little adjustable ring with a faux topaz in that. There we go. And another single hoop. Again, before I snip that, I'm going to make sure it doesn't have a mate. Another vintage little metal geometric. Oh, wait a minute. I'm waiting to see if there's mates. Okay. This is an earring. Let's check that out. That's where these little, I don't know, hieroglyphs or something. That looks a little bit like a fingerprint maybe. And wooden beads. The designs on the back are different than the ones on the front. That actually could be an interesting pendant. I don't like it has these wires on it right now, and they just bend and stay in weird positions. So I'd probably just hang chain on that and hang beads from the chain maybe. Here's a rhinestone cluster earring. It's got some dead stones in it. I won't be able to use that. Here's a pretty little earring. Does it have a mark in it? It does not. But it's cute. Cute little huggy. Here's some really nice chain in between this faux leather choker. Yeah, that's what this is. It's hung up in this big tangle here. Okay, are you coming loose? Oh, it was teasing me. I thought it was coming loose, but it didn't. Oh, I think I see the rest of that. I think I see what goes with that Brighton clasp. Okay, here's this. Okay, this faux leather can't be reused, but this little segment of chain definitely can. So I'll go ahead and take those off. They can't be reused, but that chain can sure be used. Okay. I'm getting things that are off camera now because I'm trying to get these little cloth pom-poms out of the way. Okay. The little cloth can't be reused. I'll see if the chain can be. But there are some nice findings. Like I like these here and these little faux pearl beads that are at the top. So I'm going to disassemble this and take these little cloth pom-poms off and definitely be able to reuse that chain. Let's see if the same is the case here with this blue one. I like that. Let's see if it's free from this big tangle, and it's not. And I still don't see a clasp I can open. Maybe it doesn't have a clasp. Oh, right as I said that, I found it. There it is. Let's see what happens now. There we go. So great chain. And nice little druzy bead. And this nice little topper here. I'll take this cloth pom-pom off of that and reuse the other parts of it. Here's, I bet this went on an earring, where the earring post goes through this little loop right there. So I'll set that aside. Oh, this is chunky. This looks like 90s, early 90s. Black and gold tone, or is that navy blue and gold tone? Yeah, I think that's black. That's really cool and chunky. Okay, this little filigree bead with rhinestones all around. They could be dead or they could just be clouded up on the surface with some dirt. I'll clean that up and see what I find out about it. Here's a little earring that can become a pendant. These, I think, go together. I don't see anything else that looks like it. Oh, yeah, I do. Oh, yeah, these beads are beyond use. These are acrylic beads, and they're very, very dull and scratched. Like, it's not dull from dirt. You can tell they're very scratched up. So I won't be able to use those. Boo. Okay, little charm. Well, it has two lobster clasps on it with these little tiny things. You have some lips and a heart and a flower. So just little charms. Here's a little penguin earring for Christmas. It's a pretty glass AB coated bead. I love that. Definitely useful. This has paint that is, no, wait. This is like that other thing earlier, like, I can't tell if that's like a paint or a coating that's wearing off, or if it's dirt that's scratched through, because the back is just silver tone, but the front has this sort of muddy looking haze on it that has silver showing through. I'm going to clean that up and see what happens. Amazing things sometimes happen in the ultrasonic cleaner. Okay, here are some little tiger eye beads hanging down from some wooden beads and little matte gilt tone. You can see all the copper showing through right there, but I can use these little tiger eye beads. Boo. 'Tis the season. Okay, here's a little yellow. Yellow? Why did I say yellow? Here's a little blue butterfly. That's cute. Let's see if that has a mate. Here's some more beads from that little blue thing. Okay, an earring with a little copper disc with a cross stamped on it. We'll clean that up. Oh, already picked up that and looked at it. Oh, is this the same butterfly or a different one? That's the same one. Okay, here's a little plastic tiger eye or cat's eye effect bead. Or is that thermoset? I don't really know how to identify thermoset. I'll put that aside and see what I find out. Okay, matte silver tone acrylic pearl on an earring hook. Little green, sort of aventurine looking faceted acrylic cabochons on that one. Okay, here are some more of those little pink beads that go with, this is an earring, so I guess this was originally a set. If you remember this thing from earlier, this is probably, it was probably a set. And I'll still just find a different use for those beads. Oh, here's the thing that goes with this. So I'm gonna have to see what I can do here. Oh, do you see what I mean about that Brighton style wear? You see that? I was showing you that leather bracelet earlier, then I said that it wears or has some wear on it that looks like Brighton wear. That's what I was referring to. Okay, so this goes like that. And it's missing some links, maybe, or definitely is missing some links. We get the rest of the pieces to that. Okay, moving along. This is cool. I can definitely make that into something else. That would be a really neat pendant for a necklace. I'm running out of room to put all these singles while I'm waiting to see if they have mates. Okay, here's a star with some enamel on one side. It's like brass. Definitely needs a bath. Some more of those. Okay, this is an earring. Oh, wait a minute. Did we have one like this earlier? I don't see it down here. Maybe I've already put it in the basket. I thought I saw one like that earlier. Okay, here's a little elephant charm. Tiny elephant charm. with no marks. Little silver tone hoop. And some copper tone chain. All of these things just need a little bath. Here's a little earring. We'll put it aside for a possible mate. Let's see, beautiful glass bead here, or crystal. That could be crystal. Is that a mate to this? Oh no, that's different. It's got some copper showing through right there, but it's pretty uniform. Okay, we'll put those aside right here. And here's another little tiny ring right there. Okay, we're nearing the end of the entire collection. It's just over an hour and a half already. And here's an earring with a little faux druzy. I'm thinking most of these earrings I have sitting here are not going to have mates. Here's a little child's bracelet on some copper tone chain and a little AB earring. That's not usable. Las Vegas, Nevada. That doesn't have anything on it that it would have been an earring or a charm or anything. I wonder what that was in its former life. And mostly all that's in here, I think, well, I'll take that back. I was about to say mostly all that's in here is just the little broken bits. Let's see, here there's a name on this. It says Germany. Just a silver tone chain. It feels like plastic. Oh, no, it's not plastic. It's metal of some kind, but it says Germany, I think. No, it doesn't say Germany. It says Roman? No. What does that say? Let me know if you can make that out. It's really hard for me to see it. But it's very bright and silvery. Okay, some more to go in my little hoop collection. Oh, that's a kidney wire earring. And we have a mate, sort of. This one's missing a hook. Oh, no, wait. It's not a mate either because they're different sizes. So this one looks like it was probably hanging on a necklace, maybe. And it probably went with that in some other capacity. Let's see, this was for glasses. Can use that chain. Oh, here's the other little butterfly, but it's missing a stone right in there. Where's the mate to that? It was over here somewhere. I'll find it later. Don't want you to sit through me searching for that. Here's another one of those little blue beads. Here's a little shell, and it says something. I also can't tell what that says. Does that say Alvin's Island? Or Aloha? Kind of hard to tell. Alvin's Island is a string of souvenir shops on the Gulf Coast. I don't know if they're in other locations as well, but I know they're at the Gulf Coast beaches. Okay, some Silvertone chain, which looks like it's in great condition. I'm off camera. There we go. That needs a bath, but I can definitely put that to use. It's got a broken lobster clasp on it. Silvertone earring. That looks really cool. Needs a bath. And here's another little elephant. He's strung on some stretch cord with some beads, but I can't find his match. But there he is. There's copper showing through on this. And let's see what we have here. Oh, copper showing through on this one too. A faux pearl screwback. And are we wrapping it up? Let's see. Some copper toned chain. Does that shine up or smudge? It shines up, so that has a lot of wear. Okay, lots of chain and cords that are about permanently entangled. I can get those loose from each other, but I won't make you sit through that. Let me see if I can get this out at least, because it's some really interesting looking chain. Look at this chain. That's really cute. Let's see, it has this hooked on it, which doesn't go with it. But it doesn't want to let go of it either. Well, I'll do that later. So we have a little bit more chain in here and some cords, but they're all tangled up together. And none of these have, none of these have mates. So, oh, boo. So that's what we have. Oh wait, that little huggy over here has a mate. We'll find it. But nothing else over here has a mate as far as these earrings go. So all of these are going to be cleaned up, and I'll see what I can do with them. And I don't know what I can do with this. I definitely would like to do something with it. Well, I will. It just may not be a bracelet anymore. Or it may not be the same kind of bracelet that it started out being. But I will find something to do with this really cool Brighton piece right here. So thank you so much for joining me for an unboxing or unbagging this little craft lot from Carol at RV Butterfly. Please go check her channel out. I appreciate all the time that you spend with me, and I hope you enjoyed this content. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Please share this out to someone else who you think might also enjoy it, and leave me a comment and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.